Hello and welcome. I am Raziel. I love Inquisitors. They have some of the best stories. They can almost be benign to the malevolent bastards we know and love. The best thing is they can be represented with almost any model that Games Workshop makes. Well, the mostly human looking ones anyway. Here are some kits to make the best looking Inquisitors to add to your Imperium army. Or your Spaceman, Sisters of Battle, Mechanic. You get the picture. You can add one to any force in the model. But I will also cover kits that will have enough spare parts after a squad that you can make a full model for your Inquisitor too. Anyway, let's start with the base, the model that is going to be your Inquisitor. For powered armor, there's a huge selection for you. Cypher, with his 2 pistol and the way he looks, he's going for one of them. Like, it's a really good pose for a model, and you just stand down where the power pack would go in, and remove the lion sword and whatnot. You have a good looking start for Inquisitor there anyway. You can make a sword or a scabbard for the weapon he's going for. The Black Templar Marshal has so much we can work from his kit alone. He kind of reminds me from the cover of Inquisitor book as well. He has many weapon choices. Now, maybe you want to go psychic. And for the Horus Heresy, you've got Araman. I reckon he's fantastic if you want to make him into an Inquisitor. He's got a good pose on him, and he's got a good weapon choice as well. And you have Neve Blacktalon. I actually have Kitbash Neve Blacktalon myself, and she is so easy to work with. Now, those are for ones if you want your Inquisitor in power armor. Now, if you want lesser armor, strangely, the first is an Imperial Guard Sentinel. Well, the old one. I'm hoping the new one gets this, so that you can make either the Scout Sentinel or the Armored Sentinel, because if you can, you will have a seated guardsman. It's a double model I've actually converted and made into it. Well, I made him into a weird vein Zyker. The Commissar model is also one that can work here, and you can either use the normal one or Serena Rain. And talking about weird vein Zykers, you can use one of them, and they don't really need much work. Now, it needs to be said that the armor choice you're going for is purely aesthetic at the moment, as you only get the 4+ normal or 5+ invulnerable save. And that's your base model sorted. This is the one that you're going to be working on and working around. Well, hopefully you won't have to pay more than you have for this model, given if you have bits left over in your bits box to do with what you need to. Now, if you don't, I'm going to bring up some other kits now, which will have lots of bits, which you can use for your model. Now, Grey Knights, for power armor, have that great knightly look. I love their heads, especially over that, and it adds this real proper warrior feel to them. They look like a knight with a knight's helmet. If you want a female, in particular, you have Sisters of Battle and Skitarii heads. It was a Skitarii head I used on my Neve Blacktalon. And they are a perfect size for your average human too. Sisters of Silence heads are great for a dystopian future look. Imperial Guard box are great for heads, in particular the Chanfor and helmeted ones. Canadian Command Squad has an amazing peaked cap head as well. The Tempestus Scions as well if you want a beret or a mask or a full face cover. And you can also use them too as well. Now weapons, you have the basic chainsword and bolt pistol combination. Inquisitors get a lot of choices in this area. Now first choice would be a Deathwatch veteran box. You get combi weapons and a vast amount of melee choices. You have power swords, thunder hammers, and you can even use the Sino Phase Blade as your force weapon, as it has that kind of weird look to it. The Spaceman upgrade sprues are good too, if you're going for a certain style. The Salamander has a hand flamer and a thunder hammer. Grey Knights are also worth getting again if you're going for a cycle with force weapons and storm bolters. You've got your force great swords, falchions, and of course the halberds and the staff. You of course can use them as power weapons if you wish. Imperial Guard command box is another good option for this. Katachan, you go with a power sword and bolter. You also includes other several ranged weapons too that are viable options for your Inquisitor, such as plasma weapons, melter guns, and the like. Again, we go back to a Tempestus Scion command sprue. Now this is fantastic as you also have that great coat you can use. Another one I used for giggles just to make an Inquisitor with as well. And once more, that box has a fantastic amount of weapons. So that's there you have it. That is ones that you can use to start your Inquisitor in Kitbash by using different boxes and different pieces. Have that nice look of him having the choice of all Imperial Guard weapons that you can find, and Imperium weapons and pieces and equipment he can use anywhere. I would like to mention as well, like, you could proxy a lot as well. Like, if you wish, you can give one a shuriken catapult, or other outer weapons for your Inquisitor too as force weapons. Use a shuriken catapult as a bolter or a bolt pistol. Well, you know what I mean. You just say it's this weapon. This is what you'll be using it as. Obviously, make it kind of sensible. Don't have a shuriken catapult and go, it's a multi-melter, for obvious reasons. Now, we've covered them. Now, these are some boxes I thought of which actually can make an Inquisitor model out of using the bits in the box, and you will still have a full unit in there. Okay. First one is quite odd, but it's a Start Collecting Militarum. Because of our heavy weapons, it needs to be 3 weapons teams. It leaves you 2 models you can make an Inquisitor out of. And you have loads of bits and pieces as well, like those with pistols, your ranged and melee choices as well for your Inquisitor. It's kind of weird how you only get the 1 heavy weapon in there, because you've got the Cadian Shock Troop and the heavy weapons. So if you want heavy weapon, also if you don't want heavy weapons in that, you can make your Inquisitor out of the heavy weapons team too. Grey Knights, Terminator box. If you have a spare female head, you can make Inquisitor Sabafiel if you give her a false halberd. You can still create a 3-man paladin squad with an ancient. Of course, you don't have to make Sabafiel. She is just an option. Use other human heads and other bits and pieces to give him the Inquisitor look. And the Spaceman command squad. You can make a captain, champion, ancient, and apothecary with a model left over. This brew has many parts to make your Inquisitor. This Sanguinary Guard, again, is another one you can make an Inquisitor with a head swap, and the wrist-mounted weapons look really cool. You have to go without the jetpack, even though it looks really dope, and obviously, like I said, you do a head swap, and then you'll have a nice kinetic look at the Inquisitor. I have got other thoughts as well, like other bits and pieces. If you're just bored, like you can make an Inquisitor out of outer pieces as well, because they look slim. And of course, there's the whole Age of Sigmar range as well. There's so many there I could have added into this video just to really pad it out. But there is so much you can do there. Well, I hope this has given you some ideas to make your Inquisitor and how, have this model that looks like no one else has it. So it's be your model. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have, like I said, I've been inspired. I hope you've been inspired to make your own Inquisitor to add to your army. And I hope you have fun with them. I do like Inquisitors. They always have a good story to tell, and they're always just fun to use. Have a great day. And, of course, there's the links to Rayland Games, my t-shirts, my comics, Forbidden Planet, and my Patreon. As always, and I mean this so sincerely, go and get something for yourself before you just give me money. It's just better that way. At least you treat yourself, and you're still supporting the channel. Have a great day. Enjoy your hobby. And honestly, I'd love to see some people's conversions. They always look cool and they always look different. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for watching once again. Bye-bye.